in the house this morning from south of the border, down there in Pike County. They're up here to talk to us about a thing they're working on with the State Street Junior Players. And we're happy to have with us this morning the stage manager for the upcoming show, Ellie Lambert. Ellie, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Good to have you back again. Along with Ellie, we have cast members Brynn Methvin and Fisher Methvin, and we thank you two for coming also today. We're going to try to find out about this great show coming up. I was talking to you out there in the green room, Ellie. How are things going? You all getting into the home stretch now?
We are. Next week is Tech Week, the last week before the show, so we are getting down to the wire, and it's going to be such a darling show. It is so precious, and it's already working so fantastic.
Tell us, just for someone who may have never seen the show and not be familiar with us, it's The Secret Garden.
Yes, sir.
Tell us about it.
This show focuses on a little girl named Mary who is from India and has been recently orphaned. She's come to live with her uncle in his manor in England. She's very lonely and doesn't have many friends, so it's much to her excitement when she finds a key that unlocks the door to her very own secret garden. This garden was locked up due to a tragedy that occurred inside many years ago that shattered the hearts of those who lived in the mansion. Mary, along with her unexpected and rather interesting new friends, begins to revive the garden one rose at a time, creating a beautiful transformation. However, there is another wonderful, heartwarming transformation that will just have to be left a surprise.
It's a great show. I've never seen the stage production. I saw the movie not long ago, as a matter of fact. Just 2 or 3 months ago, it came on TV, and I saw it, and I really enjoyed it. Obviously, not a real comedy show here. Okay, we have a couple of the cast members here this morning from The Secret Garden, the State Street Junior Players, and they are Brynn Methvin and Fisher Methvin. Brynn, tell us about your role. What do you play?
My role is the head housekeeper, and she kind of thinks that she's a little bit above some other people. Yeah. But she's really, she seems mean, but she's really just the only adult there that's kind of like trying to keep things under wraps. But I think she has some other places she can come from, but my role's not very elaborate. But I'm kind of the one that introduces her and tells her about her uncle and everything. Well, my role is.
I assume this is not your first show to do.
It is not. My first one was in Alice in Wonderland, and then I did Legally Blonde and the Christmas pageant. I believe that's it.
You're no pro, man. What got you interested in doing theater?
Well, I've always been kind of interested since I was pretty young, but I just never really knew how to get into it. And one of my friends was already doing this stuff, and they kind of asked us, they were like, hey, we got a couple of roles empty. Would you and Fisher, my brother, they asked us if we wanted to come fill in some extra roles that were, open for the play.
I'm always interested in talking to people who've done live theater about how they go about learning their lines, because sometimes it can be really difficult depending on how the show's written. To a lot of lines are very similar, and you have to learn how to separate them. How do you go about learning your lines?
So this play was a very new challenge because we all have to have an English accent the whole time. And so luckily for me, I've been just playing with an English accent since I was real young. But it's kind of, I don't even know how I memorize my lines. I just have them, I read them over and over again, and then, play practices, of course, help me remember where to be at, but I just always somehow know them when I get on the stage. I'm like, well, do I know them? And then apparently I do, because I don't miss them,
Well, you should have been here last Thursday, shouldn't you? She should have come in a week early. We had a guy in here who works for the Super Talk Network, who grew up in London. Mm. And I've had a nice conversation with him back in the office back there after the show last week. Okay, let's talk to Fisher Methvin, who's been over there with his ready to press the button and get going here on the show this morning. Fisher, tell us about the role you play in The Secret Garden.
Well, the role I play, my character's name is Dickon. He spends most of his time out on the moor, which is it's a big, yard. And he takes care of plants and animals sometimes. And he's got a very, very odd accent. It's hard to make out. He's not... I don't really know much more.
Well, you want to give us a line, give us an idea of his accent? Throw a line at us. Anything.
I'm not really.
You're not prepared for it. Okay. Is this the first show you've done?
No, I've done 3 or 4 other ones. The same one she's been in, Alice in Wonderland, Legally Blonde, Christmas Pageant, and also I was in The Little Red Hen.
I hope that you all know how fortunate you are to live in a town, a city, whatever you want to call Macomb City, where you have people who are interested in providing this opportunity for you all. There are scores of towns all over Mississippi that people your age don't get this opportunity. And the one other thing I would say of a serious nature to you, this experience you're gaining with the State Street Junior Players, Pike County Little Theater, whoever you do shows with, you'll take with you for the rest of your life. I mean, they'll help you when you get in front of the judge and a jury and a court, Ellie, down the road, or whatever you two decide also to do with your lives career-wise. You will take what you've gained from this with you for the rest of your life. It's a great experience. Just embrace it and recognize it for what it is. Such a great opportunity. Ellie, if you would, could you tell us who some of the other folks are in the show?
Sure. This is an absolutely wonderful cast. They're all so talented. In this cast, we have Palin McGee, Noah Martin, Waylon Martin, Carly Taylor, Anley Nicely, Blade Martin, Jedediah Benner, and Bella Killingsworth.
Nice cast.
Yes,
good
They're
size.
all incredibly talented.
Great to work with. Fun doing a show with that number of cast members. Well, we wish you the very best with the show. It's The Secret Garden, the State Street Junior Players. It opens on Thursday, March 31st, 2 Thursdays from now, at 7 p.m. Then it'll play Friday, April 1st, 7 p.m., Saturday, April 2nd at 7 p.m., and then Sunday, April 3rd at 2 p.m. Do you know how they get tickets if they want advance tickets?
Yes. To purchase advance tickets, visit secretgarden.ssjp.live. All advance ticket purchases will be offered a seat in the reserved section of the theater, but tickets will also be available at the door.
Okay. Thank you all so much. I want to thank Miss Stephanie out there for coming up with the Methmans this morning to be on the show. And hats off to all of you folks who are involved with the State Street Junior Players. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
We got more to come on this Thursday Open Lines right after these messages.